What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And for this one, I had a request from one of you guys asking me to share some more gameplay with you using Corvus in his new Infinity War uniform. Yet another uniform that we got from update 4.0 that I'm absolutely in love with. Absolutely can't stop using this guy. He's so much fun. DPS is very good. Survivability is freaking amazing, better than it's ever been, and it was always very good. So this uniform right here is one that I'm gonna push to Mythic at some point. So that's really gonna hurt because there's so many uniforms that I want to push to Mythic now, because I just want to play with the characters as much as possible and I want to use them in as much of the end game content as possible. But I'm gonna have to wait and see what the ranking for the Black Order characters look like after we get uniforms for Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw, because as of right now it stands to reason that Thanos is number 1, Corvus is number 2, and obviously Proxima is number 3. But once we get uniforms for Black Dwarf and Ebony Maw, I don't know how much that is going to change, but I really don't see Black Dwarf at the very least surpassing Corvus, because Corvus has always been the strongest member of the Black Order. That's without uniforms, and with uniforms that is still the case. But Ebony Maw may actually come in and upset things. We'll have to wait and see. I really and truly don't see it, because Corvus is the general. He's always been in the comics the best member of the Black Order, the strongest one, not physically, but like in terms of his tactical ability and his willingness to freaking do whatever it takes to win. He's always been the best. So we'll have to wait and see how things play out. But I'll show you guys the build that I have for this guy. It's a mediocre build that has not been touched for a very long time. But once we see the remaining uniforms for the Black Order, I'm probably going to invest a whole lot more. And I'm going to change him up a little bit, because when my Corvus was built, I geared him pretty heavily towards the PvP side of things. But once we get the rest of the uniforms, I'm probably going to change him to PvE mainly, simply because I have Thanos already that I'm using for a lot of the PvP stuff, and I don't really use my Corvus there anymore, right? So I'm probably going to change him more towards World Boss Ultimate kind of gameplay, and hopefully he'll do very well there, because his survivability is very good, the damage is very good, and overall he's just super freaking fun to play in this uniform. But that's besides the point, guys. Take a look at the build and then we'll jump into some gameplay. So as you guys can see, 113 for attack speed, 54% for critical rate, 196 for critical damage, 42% for ignore defense, and 50% for reduced cooldown duration. And as for his gears, guys, this is what they currently look like. As you can see, I have absolutely no ooze on this guy, and that's just because I've been slacking. So I really got to pick up the pace and get to giving this guy some ooze, because he's a really freaking good character, one of the best in the game. As for the skills, guys, as you can see, everything is at 6. Rotation here is going to look something like 4 into 5 or 5 into 4, completely up to you. After that, I like to go 3-2, and you can use the 1 if you want to. Personally, most of the time I just leave this out and go right back into 5 or 4, but it's a good skill. And to be honest, right here, it's so easy to play Corvus in the uniform. You can just have fun and use whatever rotation you want, and he's going to be safe, and he's not going to take any damage, to be honest with you. Without the uniform though, you kind of have to be careful, because you can get guard broken and they'll lock you down with some stuns and try to punish you. But in this uniform, it's basically easy mode. You can play this thing on autopilot. Corvus is just that good. Honestly, love this uniform. As for the ISO set, as you guys can see, I have it prepped and ready to be awakened, and it's been like this for a very long time, so I need to get on that, seriously. As for the obelisk, as you can see, crit damage and invincibility, because like I told you guys, I was prepping this guy mainly towards the PvP sides of things. But I think even though this is a really good invincibility proc, I might change this to a damage proc very soon to try and get some more damage out of him, because I don't need more survivability. Between the damage block, the guard, and the revive, I really don't need invincibility. But we'll have to wait and see how I decide to play this guy. As you can see, still at normal. Eventually though, this thing will be mythic. All right, let's jump into Shadowland really quickly here, and I'll show you guys how easily I can dominate this wave mode with this guy now, which is actually hilarious, because before I actually had to try. It's crazy, guys. This uniform is just so freaking good, boys. Definitely worth the crystals. Nice try. These guys are so freaking annoying. They'll try to like guard break you at the start of the fight, then stun you and just completely lock you down. But not with this uniform, they're not. They'll have literally no chance. Between the iframes, the damage block, and the guard, and the freaking summons, there's just way too much going on in Corvus's favor for these guys to stand a chance. Seriously, they're just gonna get completely annihilated. Yeah, Ultron is putting up a fight. Gotta give it to him, though. Gotta give it to him. Jeez. Okay, Vision, if you don't chill, bro. If you don't chill. These guys just got completely demolished. Under a minute, guys. That's Corvus in this uniform, man. But that's all I have to share for this one, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on Corvus. If you have this uniform, let me know some of the things you've been able to do with it. But like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace and love. And I'm gone.